What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel, much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please to like and share the video. It will help the channel a lot. It has helped the channel a lot. You can also support the channel as well. Now I do have a Patreon account. The link is in the description. All right, let's talk Dillian Whyte, the body snatcher, who is back. We haven't seen Dillian Whyte in the ring since Oscar Rivas back in July, I think it was. So that's what, 5 or 6 months. We do know about the Ukad situation. We are going to touch on that at the end of the video, but he took on Marius Vac this evening, this afternoon, this morning. I don't know where you're watching this and what time you're going to watch this. It wasn't a good performance, if I'm honest with you. I didn't expect it to be honest. As soon as he weighed in at 271 pounds, I knew there could be a problem if he doesn't blast Marius Vac out there in the first few rounds, and I didn't expect him to do that. Marius Vac, although he has been beaten by a few of the top guys, and maybe even a few of the not so top guys if you count Martin Bakole as one of those guys, he still is tough. He's as tough as old boots, as they say. So I didn't expect Dillian Whyte to blast him out of there, and again, if he didn't do that, I knew that fight was going to go the full distance. I didn't expect Vac to cause him problems, but he did, which surprised me. I felt like Dillian Whyte's head movement was non-existent, his foot movement was non-existent. But he is a strong motherfucker, and I think he will grind out fights, and I think he showed that. It's tough, right? Mentally, we don't know where he was. He didn't get much notice for this fight. I think he said 3 or 4 weeks. I did know that he was sparring Tom Little, I think 6, 7 weeks ago, so he has been sparring, but that's completely different from getting yourself razor sharp for a big fight, right? They did pick Marius Vac to give Dillian Whyte rounds, maybe not the full 10, but to give Dillian Whyte rounds nonetheless, and I guess he done his job. But I did expect Dillian Whyte to look a lot better against the Marius Vac, who hasn't been a peak Marius Vac since he fought Vladimir Klitschko, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. So in that sense, it wasn't a good performance. In the sense of all what's been happening with Dillian Whyte, Ukad, B sample, ban, not a ban, suspension, not suspension, it was just a case of getting the W. Getting the W, people, whether it be ugly, good, beautiful, whatever, just get the win and move on, and still cement your position as a top 6 heavyweight, cement your position as the WBC #1 rank, so you get your shot against Deontay Wilder. I don't know when, but you do that. So that's why I don't want to be so harsh on the performance. I think me and a lot of people ringside with me, or not ringside, I was kind of away from ringside, but me and a lot of people around me were just expecting Dillian Whyte to just look a bit better. It was a big fight card, and you want to kind of get people excited for what's next. People weren't too excited as to what next for Dillian Whyte. People were more excited about Povetkin and Hunter. But yeah, let's talk about this Dillian Whyte Ukad situation, which could be the reason he wasn't looking that great. Whyte mentally, we know he's not been in the best place recently. Ukad obviously announced, I think the day before the fight, that Dillian Whyte is free to fight, so to speak, cleared of all charges. I think I'm trying to think of the right phrase for it, but they've kind of said that they've done their investigation and Dillian Whyte is not guilty of anything. A lot of people attacked me over this on Twitter, like, hey, look at you, you fucking idiot. And I'm like, what? I openly said in a number of videos that I just want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on with the B sample, because I'm a Dillian Whyte fan. I said this, I'm on the bandwagon, but if I am a fan of someone, I want to know you've not cheated, and I want to know what's going on. Dillian Whyte kept quiet for 5 or 6 months, and I never think that's a good sign, right? I want the fighter to come out and tell me A, B, or C, you didn't do that. And if you don't do that in this sport, and we know the history of this sport, you're gonna come across as guilty. That's it. People say, oh, you should have believed him because believe a boxer. No. I know far too many stories about PDs and boxing to believe a boxer. Look, I'm happy more than most that this has been put to bed. I said on a number of videos, I'm tired of talking about it. So I'm happy for Dillian Whyte. I'm happy that this has happened. I'm happy that his name has been cleared. I haven't read the full statement. I could probably make a few arguments, if I'm honest with you, because I kind of know or read bits of the statements, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to kind of draw a line under it and say, look, if he's cleared, if he's fine, if Ukad is saying nothing was done wrong, then who am I to argue with that? And I'm happy that He can move on with his career. Even put the Maris Vac fight behind him, because again, it wasn't a good performance, and then get some big fights in 2020. Two names that he could fight fought on this fight card in the chief support, and that was Povetkin and Hunter. I don't think those guys are going to roll the dice again with each other. Dillian Whyte could be a great fight for either of those guys. Even Chisora could be a great fight for either. So there are options out there. I'm happy. I'm happy that this thing has gone away now. I don't want to talk about B sample anymore. But don't attack me for asking the questions. I find it stupid and childish that people would attack me for saying what the fuck is going on. Like, would you prefer me to keep quiet when it's been obvious that there has been a problem in the B sample? Would you prefer me just to say, no, I trust Dillian, I don't trust any boxer? Fact, don't trust any boxer. Any. Name anyone you want, I do not trust them. Just because this sport is littered with issues and problems and things that kind of be, swept under the carpet. So don't expect when Dillian Whyte comes back with some sort of adverse finding for me to kind of say, nope, I'm going to wait until I get a full response from Ukad. I waited. It took 6 months, didn't come. What did you expect me to do? Peace.